What's up, guys?
How much does that change, like, because they'll play a game on Sunday, obviously, like,
Just update.
so you still kind of stick with most of
I don't
the-
make a game plan. I just breaking them down. So I just do all the drawings and eval them, get like a base feel for what they are, so that I'm not doing all the tedious work on Monday. Now I'm actually studying them on Monday. So I do all the tedious stuff right now up until Sunday. So.
See the touchdown last night on the kickoff return.
Yeah. Broken tackles. Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, wasn't anything crazy. I watched it already this morning. So hell of a play though, and that's why you take them out, right? And if you're covering every kick, San Francisco was covering every kick in that game.
That's
So
like we talked about last week. When
you don't want to cover.
Why you don't do it all.
Exactly. I mean, they were playing really well. They had a turnover on special teams. The guy fumbled. They kept going, and then it's just one play. They break the first line of defense, touchdown. So everyone's
How's Frank Ross's units in Texas?
unbelievable.
Yeah, what makes him?
I think it's a combination of what he does schematically, and what jumps out on the film is how hard they play. High energy, physical. I mean, they set the tone on special teams. This is a huge challenge for us. I mean, a lot of respect for Frank and what he does. Can't say anything bad about anything he does. And then the personnel they got. I mean, he's just got the right pieces, right places. He gets them to play the right way, puts them in the right spots to play. It's going to be a huge challenge for us in this game, without a doubt.
Probably brought Tucker back in. Is that just to save some reps for Joe?
Yeah, Joe's an older guy, so it's like, and you're always looking to just in case things were to come up. It's just good to have somebody else in play, and again, like Bryce is young, right? Sly's a workhorse, but Joe at the end of the day has been doing this a long time, and to have extra body is always good.
Since you're already looking ahead a little bit for Jacksonville, Wembley Stadium, like just scouting a new stadium, wind pattern, sight lines, things like that. How do you do that for a stadium that isn't in the regular rotation where you guys play?
Wait till we get there. Yeah, I don't even think about that until we get there, to be honest with you. It's just kind of cool to play in Europe. I love Europe, so it's awesome.
The last game feels like an eternity ago.
Yeah.
But since we're just talking to you now, I just had a couple of questions that I was curious about. Joey's on the missed field goal there. Was it just sort of technique thing? Or what?
Yeah, just sometimes when you miss field goals and they look like chip shots for someone like him, which they are, just sometimes a bad foot placement, a bad follow through. It happens sometimes. Unfortunately, it happened at that moment after a block punt. It's for the momentum switch right there. But we learn from it, grow from it, and move on.
Did want to ask you
Huh?
block punt by a schooler.
Yeah.
He said he was watching him take the Slater.
Yeah, he had the same thing, forearm reach deal. Yeah, forearm reach got him around the edge. I mean, Schooler's his own coach at the end of the day. Like him, Slater, Coach Quinn, I talk about, like, they do such a great job with Schooler, and Schooler does such a great job with himself throughout the week that he puts himself in those positions. Like, that's all Schooler and our guys inside helping him out. Our guys inside did such a great job of taking that tackle and wing. It allowed Schooler to bend the angle and block the punt. So it's a collection of everybody at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, too, like Schooler worked all week, studied it, and capitalized when the opportunity came.
He even said Dell and
Hasty, phenomenal job. And our scout player of the week was the wing all week, who gave the same look that happened in the game. So you just can't take you got to take consider everything, and it was everybody in play did their job throughout the week to allow that to happen. Terrell Jennings. Yeah, exactly.
Is that stuff that you would find out like last week at this time, like looking at that wing as you're talking about the tedious work that we started about, like something you saw?
Usually Monday. For me, it's Monday, Tuesday. Like I said, the tedious work is like the drawings and the computer work. The Monday, Tuesday is when you put a game plan together. When you really study the film and dissect it, that's when you put that stuff together.
Just on the too many man penalty.
Yep.
Is that injuries, guys coming in and out?
That's poor communication on my part. You always try to put the players in the best position that they can, and you got to make it easy for them too. You can't put too much on their plate and make this call this and this call that. And as a coach for myself, you're always learning to have a growth mindset. When I make a mistake, you own up to it, and you get the guys in the right place to make plays, and that's on me, without a doubt.
Just Jalen Hawkins guy does a lot of special teams. When he takes on a bigger defensive role, how much does that change things for you?
It does. I mean, anytime our guys become starters on defense and or offense, I do my best to to let them handle that role. If it's one or two special teams for us, then we can do that. And it's all about his workload. Can he handle it? I know what kind of kid he is and like his mentality. So he's a guy who's never going to want to be off the field, period. But me being being a smart coach and saying, hey, if we got these guys, playing 70 snaps, there's no way they can play an extra 18 on special teams running 60 yards down the field at max speed. So you got to prepare that way and put other guys in place and see what they do.
On pro, I feel like you guys are using the practice squad, if I have it right off the top of my head, to just fill on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah.
Mathis maybe was the first time.
Yeah.
Is that, do I have that right? Is that
Oh, last week, yeah.
Last
We had Mathis going in last week, yes, sir.
And Mitchell, I think, was in there.
Yes, sir.
before.
Yep. Yeah, Giles Harris.
So
Yeah.
How does that affect you? Rotate? I mean, or is it just more if you get it locked in at the start of the week,
Mm-hmm.
you can make it work like that?
I think what you put in training camp, the base install, that should carry over throughout the year. Now, there's little wrinkles you throw in, but that's football season, man. Injuries are going to happen, and guys are going to be plucked away from special teams first to move up into a starting role. So guys from the practice squad are going to be pushed into my role and helping on special teams. That's just part of it. So those guys got to be ready. That's why we have practice squad. Those guys that we believe that can come in and step in and play for us if need be. And every week we're evaluating those guys on the scout teams, and if they're showing progress and we feel comfortable with them, then going into the next week with injuries at those positions, we can move them up or elevate them and go from there.
It's your first time running the show as a top guy. What have you learned through 5 weeks about winning?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
What's the example?
It's so different because I was a coordinator in college. I think the difference in the NFL level is it's such a situational game. It's a very minute game. The games come down to one play here and there that you have to be on your 8 ball as a coach to understand those situations. And you have to have a lot of support around you, too. I think that's been a big thing. Me having the support I have has helped a lot because if I didn't have certain guys around me, I think I would have failed in a lot of different areas, the blind spots that I see. And that's why having a good assistant and having Slater, having veterans like Joe Cardona are helping me a lot. But that's the biggest thing, just understanding the situations and just what to call when and just understand what can happen after that. And then the communication. You have to be an elite communicator because there's so many different moving parts. And with injuries, like we've had quite a bit of injuries this year, right? So those moving parts, you have to do a good job of communicating and be able to relay that information in a way where it makes sense to the players and they can go out there and play fast. And that's always an adjustment. I'm a guy that's never going to say that I'm perfect. I have a growth mindset. Like I said, if I fail, I learn from it. It's not a, hey, I suck or I'm a terrible coach. It's like, how can I get better next week to not make that mistake again? That's kind of how I look at it.
Aside from his one-on-one work with Schooler, what's Slater up to?
He does everything, man. He's got his hand in everything. I mean, he's the right-hand man for Mayo. He's out there making hires. He's the facilitator for players. Like, he leads Bible studies. He does everything. He's got his hand in absolutely everything, I think.
What's a hire that he's made?
Oh, I say hire as he's helped involved in some of the hires. I don't think he's hired anybody, but what I'm saying, he's in the interview process. Like, he's sitting down and listening so he can help the people that are making the actual decision a better decision there. He just does everything. He's that guy, right? I wish he could probably still play for me right now. Like, if I throw him in tomorrow or on Sunday, I bet he'd go and give me good 2 or 3 plays. Maybe 18. I don't know.
I think we have to see it now.
Yeah, I know, right? I keep telling everybody, man, you come back, dog. Come on, you're good. Let's go. Wife will be good for 1 game. Just get a game check, and you're good.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
What do you like about Gibson and Hasty as the 2 kickers?
They're just workhorses. I mean, they're smart players. They're veteran guys that understand the game, and so it's easy to relay the information to those guys. And throughout the week, they get locked in and prepared, and they want to return the ball. I mean, they're not back there like scared to return it. They want to, which is what you want back there.
We saw last week, gonna make him cover the opening kickoff mentality. Seemed like we're gonna start this game covering Christian. Like, just I don't know if he beat this guy or the guy had bad technique, whatever it was, but he's 6 special teams tackles. Leads the team for that, right? What is terrible question? What does he do well as a special team player? I was trying.
That's not a terrible question.
I could have just said it from the start.
Hey, man.
Try to make myself sound smart by talking about the play.
Just learn from it, bro. Have a growth mindset. You're good.
That's it.
The dude's just a workhorse, man. Again, he's another core guy for us that is going to study the heck out of the film, going to do everything right throughout the week for his body, and be prepared mentally in the game so that he doesn't have to rely on me. He can go out there and play free because of how he prepares throughout the week. And because he does that, he makes plays. His preparation, by all means, is how he makes plays, and his mentality on Sundays. And, you know, he turns into a different guy. I love that about him.
You got any questions for us?
You guys, oh yeah, dude. Actually, got some friends in town.
Okay.
Where's the best lobster roll in town? My friend asked me this yesterday. I haven't responded to him yet. Where's the best lobster roll in town?
So I think, I mean, you can, if price isn't an issue, I think legal seafood is like the safe.
I heard legal seafood.
That's,
Okay.
I
I was told legal
I
seafood.
feel like that's me. Kick it through the end zone. That's me right there. Like I'm not. I don't want to risk
That's
it. I don't want to have you cover.
Yeah.
Like I'm kicking it through the end
It's a
zone.
good.
legal seafood.
Let the money on the defense win the game for you. You're good. Yeah.
James Hook. James Hook is the place for the
James
lobster.
Hook. That's in Seaport, right?
Yeah.
That's that little. So you got Seaport. It's got legal and you got James Hook.
You look at Mike Reese and how good a shape he's in, and you look at me.
You actually have a better accent too, so I I like that. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.